Here we go.
High school football coverage begins now on KISS 102.7 WCKS Fruiters Carrollton.
This is an exclusive sports presentation of Graddick Communications.
The Inoventive Benefits Consulting Tailgate Show is on the air. Brought to you by Inoventive Benefits Consulting, the fuel that powers Georgia's employer health benefits.
Also brought to you in part by
Deep South Roofing, Amy Brown State Farm Insurance, Brown's Pools and Spas, Evergreen Tree Service, John Thornton Buick GMC, Rainwater Funeral Home, Burt Disposal, and Addison Smith Heating, Cooling and Plumbing.
Now, let's set the table for tonight's action.
As we take you live to Roy Richards Memorial Stadium on the campus of Central High School.
Here are your hosts of the Tailgate Show,
Mike Harris.
Good afternoon. Happy Halloween. Look, what you see is what you get, 24/7, 365 in this chair. So we didn't do anything special. I keep seeing them coming out of the band room over there. Some interesting costumes.
They're going to be ready tonight.
Yes, they are. Happy Halloween. You bring any candy with you?
Nah, I'm good. I don't need any more sugar.
I'm Mike Paris, and that is Jay Webb next door. Coach Thor not with us here for the Tailgate Show. He'll be with us a little bit later on. Now, who knows? He may come rolling in here on two wheels dressed as a great pumpkin or something.
Maybe.
It's
That'd be great.
Here
That would be great.
Welcome to the Inoventive Benefits Consulting Tailgate Show under the Deep South Roofing broadcast tent. Oh, how about the weather, man? This is great, isn't it? Football
It is
weather.
football weather.
60 degrees right now, a bit of a breeze. By the time get into late first quarter, early second quarter here, going to be about 50, 48 to 50, I think, continuing to tumble. But a great night for high school football. Week 12, final week of regular season play. Final night here in the local area. Got started last night. Bowden, 5th region title in 6 years. Oh, it was never a game. They, I think they tackled the bus when they got off the bus and got going up there at Tryon last night. Led 49-0 at halftime and 63-0 the final score there. So they clinched the region title. As I said, that's 5 and 6 years for them now, 8-2 in the regular season. And with their win, we assume Manchester's going to win tonight. You got a three-way tie for second place, and when you break it down on the tiebreakers, Mount Zion will have a home game. They'll be the 2 seed.
They should.
Coming out of that region. So that's good news for Brad Gordon and the Eagles. As we talked about the other night, they were pulling for Bowden last night because that was their way to get that 2 seed. So the other game last night, and Jay was a part of that one, boy, down 14-0, and then Villa Rica, 17 unanswered points in the second half. Field goal with 52 seconds, I think it was,
52.
to go in the game.
Yep.
And they win it 17-14 in just a thrilling game in the second half in particular.
Yeah, it was a great ball game. I said this on the radio last night with Seth, man. That game to me showed the character of one, starting with head coach Austin Barron, man, just not to roll over. When the first quarter and a half of that game, you're just worried, man, this is going to be ugly. East Paulding comes out, their quarterback, who's a sophomore, he already had over 1,800 yards passing, and kind of just thought they were going to, just slice up Villa Rica. Right. And Villa Rica defense just, man, they buckled up their chin straps and they said, no, sir, not on our watch. And they held that powerful East Paulding offense. They kind of put them in check, and it gave the offense a chance to climb back in. And the offense did what they needed to do. And, man, it was a fun game to call. Thursday night football, I kind of liked it.
So it was 14-0, and they were driving, weren't they, to go up 21-zip from what Austin Barron, he and I talked this morning from what he told me. So
yeah, they were. I mean, I really thought it was going to be 21-0, and, the muff punt that put Villa Rica in good field position. Hello, Coach Sanders. That's the man right there. And that muff punt really got them. The last 2 minutes of the first half, it felt like all the momentum switched. When that muff punt happened, all of a sudden Villa Rica's got the ball on the 20-yard line, and that's where they got their first score. And then after that, man, they just came out second half and did not slow down.
Eubanks set a jive. They were good, weren't they?
Yeah. I thought I said it last night. I didn't think Eubanks's numbers would look that good, and I went and looked, and it was 6 for 20 for 106 yards. Nothing nothing that just pops off the page. But man, he was a leader last night. I watched him just put the team on his back, make the throw when he needed to make the throw. And then also we named it the Wildcat Push last night. They had this little thing where they would hand off to Ajayi, and then Eubanks would come behind and push Ajayi up, get him another 3 or 4 yards. So, man, just you could see the heart of the leader in Matthew Eubanks last night that really, I think he was the catalyst that said, hey, guys, let's go. Not on our watch tonight, and he did a really good job.
So we had those 2 games last night. We got a full schedule coming up as far as tonight goes. The other games tonight, a couple of region titles. Do you realize if things go well tonight, we could have 4 region champions? That's right, 4 of them.
That's incredible.
And it is incredible considering we got 4 teams in one region playing each other.
Yeah.
Basically.
Yeah.
So tonight at Carrollton, they go for their 37th region championship, and I believe this would be 7 in a row for them tonight. They host Douglas County, number 3 in the state in 6A versus number 6. Both of them nationally ranked. I think Carrollton is in some polls as high as number 11, I think. Maybe 9 in one poll. Douglas County also ranked in polls as well. They will be, I think I mentioned this last week, former coach, a good friend of mine used to call them show dogs, and then it was just dogs. There's some dogs in that one tonight between those 2. You got Power 4 guys all over the field tonight in the matchup at Grisham Stadium. You can hear that game, KISS 102.7. Matt Skinner, Larry Evans, who's another phenomenal job with notes and things this week with Carrollton to get ready. Also tonight, down at Heard County at Staples Stadium in Franklin. They won a championship last night, middle school football. Now they try to win the region title tonight. Shane Lassiter's bunch trying to make it back-to-back region championships. They play host to Pepperell. You can hear that game on B92 Country. Tex Carter, Hayden Coker with a call there. Right behind us here this evening, Lion Valley. Nothing at stake here. They won the region title with a victory last week at Griffin over the Bears, did Central. And they celebrate homecoming here tonight. I don't know if I've ever been to a homecoming game in week 10.
Week 12. Game 10, week 12. Yeah, man.
Last game of the season, but they'll celebrate homecoming. And the other kicker, I'll put it that way to this one, a perfect season, 10-0. They got a chance to do that here tonight as well. They will host the Patriots of Northside Columbus. That game can be heard on Great Classics 98.9. Seth Kane and Michael Miller with a call for tonight. And at Temple, they try to improve their seating. They're in, we think, in Class A Division I. They're trying to improve their seating as far as the pairings for the postseason playoffs. They will host Model tonight at Rogers Stadium, and you can hear that game on King Country. King Country, 93.7 and 101.9. Britt Martin and Doc Phillips with a call there. So we've got you covered with all those. We've got a correspondent, if you will, that'll be covering Bremen tonight at Darlington. And just like Temple, Bremen trying to move up some in the as far as the seedings in postseason play, Class A's Division I, as they play at Darlington tonight. Also this evening, it's the final night of the regular season over in Ranburne. Bulldogs closing it out against the Panthers of Spring Garden High School. And a 9-man football, final night of the regular season for Holy Ground there on the road at Praise Academy. So we're going to take a look at all these games that are coming up tonight. Boy, some big ones here. And that's good in Week 10 that you got games that mean something.
Week 10, a lot of games that mean something. Some good stuff tonight here in West Georgia. Let's do it.
So we will continue with our Inoventive Benefits Consulting Tailgate Show under the Deep South Roofing broadcast tent. We're coming back. Stay with us, and we'll return after a timeout with more here from Braddock Sports.
What if you could turn your healthcare expense into a competitive advantage? At Inoventive Benefits Consulting, we engineer benefit strategies that cut costs by 30 to 40% without cutting the quality your employees deserve. Put control back in your hands. Stop overpaying. Start outperforming. Let's make your healthcare plan work for you, not against you. Call 678-821-3508 today. Inoventive Benefits Consulting. Smarter benefits. Stronger bottom line.
Are you tired of these out-of-town roofers knocking at your door? Are you tired of seeing their cheap signs on every corner? These companies have sold their souls to the big private equity companies and are not here to help you with your roof. They just want your money. Stay local with West Georgia and East Alabama's most trusted roofing company, Deep South Roofing Company. Whether your job is commercial or residential, put your faith in a company that invests in your local community. For more, visit DeepSouthRoofingCompany.com.
When you make the right decision, it feels good. Like picking the perfect accent rug or choosing a good night's sleep over an all-night crime show binge. It feels really good to make the right insurance decision, too. That's why State Farm agent Amy Brown in Villa Rica is here to help you choose the right protection at the right price. Amy will make sure you understand your State Farm coverages so you'll know what to expect if the unexpected happens. With State Farm agent Amy Brown, it's easy to make the right choice. Just call 678-840-5000.
You're going to fall in love with your new vehicle during the Fall into Savings event at John Thornton Buick GMC. Fall into savings like $10,000 off MSRP on a new 2025 GMC Sierra 2500 HD Denali. Take $6,000 off MSRP on the new 2025 Buick Envision and $4,000 off MSRP on the new 25 Buick Envista during the Fall into Savings event at John Thornton Buick GMC on North Park Street in Carrollton. GMC, we are professional grade. Now, let's get back to the Tailgate Show with our broadcast crew under the Deep South Roofing Company broadcast tent.
We welcome you back to the Inoventive Benefits Consulting Tailgate Show under the Deep South Roofing broadcast tent. Our show also brought to you by Addison Smith Mechanical Contractor, Amy Brown, State Farm Insurance, Brown's Pools and Spas, John Thornton Cadillac Buick GMC, Pert Disposal Services, Rainwater Funeral Home, and Evergreen Tree Service. Halloween. The game that I remember most Halloween was Jacksonville State, 1992.
Okay.
On Halloween, played Steve McNair and the Braves from Alcorn State.
Yeah.
It was 35-7 at half, ended up winning at 59-45, and he made two of the most phenomenal plays I've ever seen in my life.
He was an athlete.
Oh, he was so good. So, something special hopefully we'll find out here tonight's going to happen with some of these games that are going on. By the way, if you get here and you find maybe some sunshine, you'll stay warm. But it is getting cool in a hurry now with the sun as it starts to set and as it's settled behind the building here. And I've lost my paper. Where am I? Oh, it blew away. There we go.
Oh, man.
I got it.
Mike will be right back.
Yeah,
He's got to
I'm
grab
gonna go
the
off
paper.
camera here
He's
for a
not
moment.
going far, I promise.
I lost
There
it.
he is.
Got away from me.
We're okay. We're already falling apart without DT.
That's a no-no.
Let me just go ahead and say this before we get started tonight. David Thrower has forgotten more information about football than I know altogether.
Same here.
So just bear with us. The unofficial guru of football is not with us, but he'll be back for the Tailgate Show. Or the Red Zone Show. The Red Zone Show, yeah.
All right, let's start with our Carrollton City Schools regional breakdown. Carrollton City Schools, we expect excellence in every person, in every program, and in every performance. They go for gold at Carrollton City Schools. All right, up at Darlington tonight, Tigers playing host to the Bremen Blue Devils, trying to snap a losing streak. Bremen at 4-5 right now, but they are in. 32 teams obviously get in Class A's Division I. You take the private schools out, they'll be in. I think they're somewhere right around 26 to 28 if they win tonight. Obviously, they could slide up a few spots and hopefully would improve maybe their pairing in week one. They just need a win to get some momentum to head to the playoffs.
They do. They it's very rare, in at least in Russell's tenure, and since I've been around the program so much, that Bremen loses 3 games in a row. I don't know the last time that happened, and so they just need to get a win to get a little bit momentum. They're going to be in, I would think. I think they're going to win tonight, and but just to feel good about going into this off week, that everybody has next week, I think just getting a win. I had the chance to be with them this afternoon and do their devotional pregame, and I tell you, man, this is what I saw. They look pretty ticked. That's what they look like. The players just look ticked. They look like they're ready to get the win. They feel the pressure. They know what they need to do, and so I think they go up tonight to Darlington and they take care of business.
Well, it's been a pretty good week. The volleyball team got to the state finals earlier in the week.
They did.
Softball team is playing
right now.
If they win, they're in the championship.
Tomorrow.
Somebody's got to beat them twice to win it.
Yep.
So it's been a good week from that standpoint there. I thought they played better last week. Haralson County did some different things offensively that helped them there. And as I joke with him, you'll hear an interview with Coach Russell and all the other coaches coming up on our Coaches Clinic immediately following us on this show. The question I put to him was, option attack. You don't see it every day now. They take your guys. You make a possession, 2 possessions to get used to it. And his reply was, well, I can tell you one thing. There'll be a whole lot more speed at quarterback for Darlington than what they saw in practice from the scout team, because he was a scout team quarterback this week.
He loves doing that when he plays these option offenses, and so he's been doing
That's
that
his
for a while.
Georgia Southern background.
That's his Georgia Southern background.
So
yes.
Bremen on the road at Darlington tonight, trying to even the to get to 500 on the year is what they're trying to do. But more importantly, a win and build some momentum. And as you mentioned, an open week, because everybody's got an open
Everybody's got an open week next week.
No games next week.
And I
whatsoever.
think, too, what Bremen's got to remember, and man, nobody, we talked about this today with them in pregame, like, this was not the expectation for anybody. Nobody in Bremen wants to be 5-5. Right? It's just not what they expect up there. The reality of it is, man, you've played some good teams. You've played Bowden, who's chasing a 4-time state championship. You've played Heard County. You played Rabun, who's had a good year. Pepperell's been on a run. And so you've played some good teams. You've done what you're supposed to do against the other teams in the region. And so I think, man, just find something good tonight and see if you can get a little momentum going to try to make a run. Right now I've got the projections that, as it stands right now, they could be playing Gordon Lee. And that's a fun game. Bremen Gordon Lee, they used to be in the region together. That's a fun game to watch. And so that's somebody they could compete with in the first round.
Got a little bit ahead of myself there. I was going to start out. Ramburn is closing it out tonight. They're not in postseason play. 2A program over in Alabama. They're hosting Spring Garden, who's a Class A program. The Spring Garden's had a lot of success. The last 10 years, I guess. Not quite. They've lost a lot of numbers to replace from a season ago. So it's Ramburn just trying again. Another team, just a win to build some momentum going into the offseason for them there. And a young team that has gained invaluable experience, I'll say, when you start thinking about next year. A chance to end a losing streak at home tonight.
Yeah, and I think if you're the seniors, that you just want to go out on top, man. This is one of those things. If I'm talking to them before a game or in a pregame, man, it's just leave everything you got. You do not want to have any regrets. Come out here, lay it all on the line, and see if you can't have a little good taste in your mouth to end your high school career. And I think that's what Ramburn's going to try to do tonight.
All right. One note I forgot to talk about with the Bremen game. 2 weeks ago, Faulkner was back in that contest. I thought last week he moved better than he had the week prior. I thought they utilized him a little more. I would think they'll probably try to get more production from him again tonight.
Yeah, no, I mean, he's a great you're looking at a D1 wide receiver right there, headed to Northern Illinois. Last week we didn't talk about it a lot. We didn't really know about it. They were down 4 linemen, or 4 guys, 2 linemen. They had 2 guys starting on offensive line that had never played offensive line before, and that's not to make excuses. Like, you got to do what you got to do. Next man up. That's football. But I think some of those guys are back tonight. Bryson Jenkins is back, and so that's one of those things where you hope that he gets in there and just get some consistency and some flow, get Faulkner feeling good, and that's been the thing. We've talked about it. It feels like the offense has just kind of been up and down. And last week they found something on offense, right? I mean, they scored some points and they put up numbers last week. It's just they could not find a way to stop Mr. Paxton Ray.
Oh, what a night he had, huh?
Yeah, he had a night.
So Bremen is at Darlington. Ramburn hosting Spring Garden, a couple of games that are going on tonight. And we'll talk. Mount Zion's off tonight, and also Haralson County's off tonight. Mount Zion fell behind early, but Brad Gordon, his bunch, came back, and they actually had a chance. They're on a drive. The last possession of the game, that if they score and get 2, you got a tie game. But they were at a point when they fell behind. They were just trying to keep it within 9 because of the point differential, which is where they needed to stay within 9 points, which is what they did in that game. And that's how they won the tiebreaker, get the number 2 seed coming out of the region. But again, that's a bunch. He's got some talent, and they were real beat up because they had gone, counting the exhibition scrimmages, they'd gone 11 straight weeks. They had an open date, and then they played last week at Manchester, and now they've got 2 weeks before they play again. So hopefully they get those guys back. But they go for 8-2 this year now is what they finished up.
8-2?
7-3.
7-3.
Sorry.
7-3. Still a great year though, going from 3-7 the year before, I believe, right? So I mean, just completely flip that season around. You get to host a playoff game. I've thought Mount Zion's looked pretty good all year long. And so, Gordon, you got to feel good. You got to feel good last week. You really expect to go down to Manchester and win. I thought they were, but you didn't, and it's not what happened. But you fought, and in the world of a 3-way tie, which doesn't happen a whole lot, you fight and you get yourself in there and you get a second seed, and now you get to host. And, man, that's a fun night in Mount Zion.
17 penalties called on Mount Zion in the game last week. That's all I'm going to say.
That's
Brad Gordon didn't say a whole lot about it either.
Yeah. Sometimes you just move on.
Haralson County is off tonight, and what a turnaround! 1-9 last year to 7-3, and a third-place finish in the region. And if things go right tonight, the Dodge County game is the big one. Rats, I can't remember who. Dodge County and
it's not Worth, is it?
No, it's not Dodge County and Worth, but it's a region game down there. Depending on the outcome of that one, they could. I think right now they're 17th or 18th as far as the seedings rankings in Class A's Division I. They could possibly slide up to 16 and get a home game. 11 spots guaranteed there as far as the home games, and then the 5 at-larges. And there's a possibility, if things go their way, that Dublin, that's who it is.
Okay.
Dublin and Dodge County tonight. If Dublin wins that one, I think.
2-7-2 teams.
But if Dublin wins, I think that helps Haralson County out. If not, they're probably going to be playing Social Circle in their first-round matchup based on the information I got while I was there yesterday.
Yeah.
So, and again, this is all speculative.
Yeah, who knows how it's going to land.
Sunday, we'll find out for certain and for sure the way everything's going to go.
I got to tell you, man, Haralson County, 7-3. Man, I hope they get the host. I hope they get the host. They've man, what a turnaround. I think Crutchfield and those boys deserve to be able to host a playoff game. So we'll see how it all falls out. Like I said, right now it's all guessing game.
17 seniors on that team. So,
yes.
And I did the games last year, and I haven't seen them until the last couple of weeks, really. And Paxton Ray just looks like a different bird, a different cat on the field, man. He's 76-yard touchdown run last week. I think he went for 189 on the ground and threw some darts. Had a touchdown pass that was dropped, came back the very next play and put one threaded needle, got it in, and Junior Hudson made a great catch. And those guys, I know they've worked. I know they've worked extremely hard, like all these kids have, and that's you're happy for when that hard work comes to fruition and pays off for you like that.
Yeah, no doubt. And we could sit here and try to break down X's and O's and what have they done, what have they changed. I got to tell you, I think the biggest thing that I noticed, and you've talked about this a couple times, is just I think the weight room.
Yeah.
You could just see a Paxton Ray, a Kent Boyd. Those guys looked just bigger, stronger, faster than they did this time last year. And so, kudos to Crutchfield for getting in there, getting some growth going on those guys. Man, that stuff translates to the field, obviously. And so that's been the big win for them. I think this led to some success. So whoever Crutchfield's got going in the weight room with him, it's probably him, but I'm sure he's got some other guys helping him out in there. That's been just a huge improvement for them. And then you got Jax Brown he's just a big old boy.
Yeah.
And he's a sophomore, so you still got to play him 2 more years. So
they've got some young guys. They've got a mixture of those guys that are seniors and then the young guys. The junior class I don't think is quite as large. And the other thing is for he and Shane Laster, based on what I saw yesterday, they got some guys coming from the middle schools going to contribute to their programs as well. And look, I'm old. We wasn't a whole lot of emphasis on middle school football if we even had them, back in the old days and whatnot. But both these guys are involved with their middle school programs. I know Crutchfield, the kids leagues, the youth leagues. I think he's there, to see those guys play and whatnot, and they're trying to do some of the same things they do with the high school program, and so I look out there yesterday. Game's over. Heard County wins the small school middle school championship. He and Crutchfield are out there talking, right around midfield. Crutchfield's on the Haralson County sideline, and I looked down there one time, and their quarterback. Heard County had lost their starting quarterback. He got hurt a few weeks ago, so they were playing a 7th grader quarterback. Well, he had to – I don't know what happened. I looked down there. Lassiter's taping him up. In fact, they had to call a timeout after they got the ball back because he wasn't ready to go, but he's down there taping him up, How many other varsity coaches are doing that in the middle school?
In this culture, man, we could get on a soapbox right here. I know everybody could, but in today's culture of high school football, you've got to recruit your own players, right? You got to do everything you can to keep your guys in the program, and so that's where it's at. In the rules, GHSA, if you get them in middle school, there ain't no rules. If you get somebody to come to a different place and that kind of thing, so man, you want to invest in these middle school programs. They want to know who that head coach is. You want to be running the same offense, defense, have them really familiar, and outside of that, man, just to show them you care, and that's what's going to get them to step into the high school hall for you.
This is the Innoventive Benefits Consulting Tailgate Show under the Deep South Roofing broadcast tent. Innoventive Benefits Consulting, located in Bremen and Villa Rica. They are the benefits consultants beyond the status quo. And we thank them for their support of what we do here at high school football from Graddick Sports. We've got more games to talk about. We will continue our breakdown from the Carrollton City Schools regional breakdown. More games, I should say, to talk about as we look ahead to this final night of regular season play in high school football. Stay with us. We're live on the Graddick family of stations as well as Facebook and on YouTube. If you've got a question for us, you can hit us up at our Facebook page, and we'll put not swole today. Well, he's swole, but he's frozen over there. It's frozen Joel, I think, right now. He looks like he's hurting a little bit here in the shade at Roy Richards Stadium and Ronnie Birchfield Field. We're coming back with more. Stay with us. Our tailgate show continues after this timeout.
Employee benefits shouldn't crush your bottom line. That's why it helps to have a local partner who really knows our community and your business. At Inoventive Benefits Consulting, we help local companies save on their healthcare spend. Marcy Heath, your neighbor and local benefits consultant, will make sure your employee benefits work for you, not against you. Call 678-821-3508. Rethink employee healthcare with Inoventive Benefits Consulting. Local solutions, proven savings.
The days are getting shorter and the temperature's dropping.
But that doesn't mean your fun in the water has to end.
Brown's Pools and Spas is the premier dealer of Bullfrog Spas in the metro Atlanta area. It's also a great time to start designing your new backyard living space centered around a new pool. Brown's Pools can also remodel your old pool and give it new life for years to come. Stop by one of Brown's Pools locations in Carrollton, Douglasville, Noonan, or Dallas today. Brown's Pools and Spas, your trusted pool and spa provider since 1974.
At Rainwater Funeral Home, we create honoring and healing experiences. Our staff members guide your family in creating a meaningful ceremony to honor the life and memory of a loved one, whether it be simple or elaborate, traditional or unique. No matter how it's tailored, we understand a ceremony is an important step in recovering from loss. Rainwater Funeral Home is a family business, so we understand the importance of giving each and every family we serve the level of attention they deserve. Rainwater Funeral Home on North Carroll Street in Bowden and online at rainwaterfuneralhome.com.
Leaky faucets,
Broken pipes.
Is there anything more stressful than problems with your plumbing? When your plumbing drains you, call the best, Addison Smith. The licensed professionals at Addison Smith Heating, Cooling, and Plumbing are available 24 hours a day to service your toilet,
Water heater,
sump pump,
faucet.
clogged drains, and any other issues you might have.
Don't flush money down the drain.
Call locally owned and operated Addison Smith, 770-832-9006. Online at addisonsmith.net. Addison Smith, giving you more
Since 1954.
Let's get back to the Innoventive Benefits Consulting Tailgate Show.
Thanks for joining us. Week 12 of the high school football season, our Innoventive Benefits Consulting Tailgate Show under the Deep South Roofing broadcast tent. Don't be taken advantage of by out-of-town roofers. Trust the only hometown roofing company from inspection, repairs, replacements, insurance claims, whatever. Deep South Roofing is who you need to visit and to talk to. They have been serving our local community here in the West Georgia and East Alabama area for a number of years. They're dedicated, dependable, and a proud sponsor for high school sports. Deep South Roofing. We are at Central High School.
Central High School, Roy
Lions.
Richards.
Yes, Roy Richards Memorial Stadium. Ronnie Birchfield Field.
Yes, legends.
Birchfield got his own suite here. Do we know or anything?
He has to have his own suite, right?
Yeah,
It's
I would think so.
Yeah.
Put him upstairs and
Yeah.
keep him warm tonight.
Legend.
Coach Birchfield. Lions, number 7 in the state, coming in Class 4A. Beat Griffin last week to clinch the region championship, and they try to finish off with a perfect season here tonight. They are 9-0 coming into the matchup with the Patriots from north side of Columbus. What a job Ombre Brown has done here with this program since he took over, coming home to take the reins of this one.
I mean, we talked about it. What's he got? 24-7, something like that. More than that.
More than that.
More than that. That was probably earlier in the year. Just an incredible job. These guys believe this. You know, and the biggest difference is it's a program now, man. These guys, you know, you're going to lose obviously a Jonas Walton next year, but you know, he's got a brother that's right behind him that's going to be pretty good. So these guys are feeling good. I think they got a chance to win for a while.
30-4.
30-4.
Won double digits first year.
I tried to give him 7 losses. That's crazy on my part.
won double digits, I think, the first year, and now double digits in sight tonight with a victory in this matchup. And you mentioned Walton, but Mr. Harris has had himself a pretty good year. What he has thrown, that's rushing. Let me see.
A bunch. I got it right here, Coach.
18 something.
1835. 1,835 yards. That was going to be kind of my talking point tonight for the Central line. So, obviously game-wise, Northside's had they've struggled. I don't anticipate much here. I hope the starters are out by almost halftime. But, man, I do want to just celebrate what this team has been this year. I mean, you look, J.R. Harris, 1,835 yards passing, has a .697 completion rating percentage, 28 touchdowns to 2 interceptions, J.R. Harris. That's pretty good numbers right there. That just shows you, man, just not slinging it around, but also protecting the ball. And so then you got Jonas Walton, who's 756 yards rushing. He's averaging 9.6 yards per carry. That's almost a first down every time. I can't do a lot. I went to Central. Math was not my thing, but I know 9.6 yards in football terms. That's almost a first down every time he carries the ball. So that's pretty good. 756 yards, 10 touchdowns on the ground. And then you look at him; he's got 335 yards receiving. So his all-purpose yards are up there. And then I think what I love about then you got Jace Walton, who's 504 yards rushing. He's averaging 7.3 a carry. But I think what I love about this, and we've highlighted this a couple times this year, but man, there's so many weapons. It's not just them. Then you look at Alonson Hand Simmons, 527 yards receiving. Jake Ivester, 393 yards receiving. Avery Tanner, 369 yards receiving. Jonas Walton, 335 yards.
Spread the wealth around.
They are spreading the love, and and I think that's what J.R. Harris, as far as maturity-wise, we know he's a good quarterback, but man, he's seeing the field, and you talk about this when you talk to coaches. The game slows down once you get so many starts under your belt, and he's been a 2-year starter now. He's almost got 3 full seasons, and it's almost like just the game has slowed down. It's given him the vision to spread the ball around like he is. So, and it helps too when your running back's got 9.6 yards a carry. You can't cheat too much into the to the passing game. So that's definitely, they're just balanced all the way across.
The way it looks, how about this? Tucker High School.
Tucker
may be their opponent in the opening round of the 4A state playoffs.
There was a day not so long ago where you did not want to see Tucker High School in the playoffs, but I think they're a little bit down.
Right.
So, the thing we know about Central is when they're in 4A and the playoffs are going to get tough quick.
I'm telling you, after the first round,
yeah.
Maybe round 2, but the quarterfinals it's a gauntlet you got to get through. It's a state championship type opponent every week, man.
Well, and I think that's what makes them, to me, 4A might be the toughest classification to win a state championship in this year, because I think there's probably 6 to 8 teams that are all right there together, and Central is certainly one of those teams. They have earned their way. They are, to me, they're at the top. But that doesn't make it any easier, once you get into the dance. And so, you look at and we'll talk 6A in a little bit, but you feel like in 6A there's probably 4 that are the dominant ones, but I think in 4A you're seeing a little bit more than that. And then in 5A, there's this team called Langston Hughes they're real good.
Thomas County Central.
Yeah, Thomas County Central.
Well, I'm telling you.
Yeah, that
there's some interesting things there.
Yep.
And then Grayson, Buford, Carrollton at the top in Class 6A then. And,
yep.
Class 5A, Milton and Roswell playing tonight. And that's 2 teams right there that could be there when it's all over in the hunt for a state title. So,
it's Georgia football. It's great.
Well, you look at our local area, our Carroll County schools, the Haralson County schools, Heard County, the 9 schools in the area. We could have 4 region champs, and all 9 of them are going to be in postseason play in 2 weeks.
Yep, and I think what's so more impressive to me is you may have 3 of the 9 schools we cover that don't just win region championship, that finish the season 10-0. I mean, that's unbelievable, right? I mean, and then the other region champion, they're finishing 8-2, and they very well got a chance to go all the way to the state championship game. So that's exciting to be a part of here in West Georgia. That you've got 3 teams, four region champions, but also 3 teams that are looking at going undefeated on the year tonight.
Central heavy favorite, I would say, here in the matchup tonight, north side of Columbus. And they've only played, I think, the one time, right, last year?
Yeah,
It was the first time they ever faced each other.
Yeah.
So the Patriots making the journey up from down in Muskogee County.
Yeah, and it's one of those weird games, right? I was talking to one of their coaches a while ago about it. Like, you know, how do they're 3-6 overall. They know they have no chance at winning or being in the playoffs. What do they come in and do? You know, as a coach, what are you preparing for? Is it going to be a team that comes in and says, man, maybe they've got some seniors and they're like, we are going to go out swinging and we're going to get, what do we have to lose, you know, kind of mentality, and they're going to come out and give everything you got? Or do you have a team that kind of rolls over? Obviously, if you're Central, you want to make them say uncle as fast as you can,
right,
and you know, get your starters out of the game.
And that's what they did last week. They jumped on Griffin and took
Quick
control
start,
and just throttled them early.
Yeah, I mean, and that to me, man, the last week, that might have been the shock of the week, was the Griffin Central score, right? 56-21. I mean, we were all really expecting a close game on that, and Central just proved again just how powerful that offense is. And, man, the defense is – we hadn't talked a lot about the defense this year because, you know, everybody kind of goes to the numbers, the offensive stats, all the things. But, man, that defense has been really solid all year long. And so leading the way, Nazil Mitchell with 51 tackles on the year. Then you got the Rochester brothers that are pulling up the rear right there, right behind him with a bunch of tackles. So that defense is legit. And, I think that's what they were a lot, worried about, was they lost a lot of defensive guys last year. But, man, they've stepped up and answered the bell.
Just trying to pull this up real quick here. Rolling through. Well, I guess I missed it. Oh, well. Thought it was in yesterday's.
I see all the people, while you're looking for that, I see they may not like this Week 12 homecoming game. All these young ladies that have to wear these homecoming dresses and parades and all the things, they're going to be freezing about halftime.
There you go.
So, but it'll be a fun night here in Lion Valley.
You're talking about the defense. They are fourth in the state scoring defense
in
Class 4A. 10.8 points a game is all they're giving up.
Yeah.
That's what I was looking for.
There you go. Fourth in the state. I mean, that's, and again, they were
second or third scoring
That
offense.
was probably the one thing. They knew they had J.R. Harris coming back. They knew they had Walton coming back. They knew they had other Walton coming back, right? So, but probably the thing they didn't know what they had was defense. You lost some really big veteran guys last year, and man, to be fourth in the state in points allowed, that I think that's what's made them such a dominant team this year. And that's why I believe, obviously, I'm a West Georgia guy, proud graduate of here, these Central Lions. I believe they got a chance to go all the way. I don't care how tough 4A is. This is a very good football team.
Then you got down at Rogers Stadium tonight, Temple taking on Model. They snapped the losing streak last week, did the Tigers, and outscored Darlington 44-41 to win that one. Remember, first 4 weeks they were 4-0, led Class A's Division I in scoring, and I think we're third or fourth overall in the state in all classifications in scoring, and hit a bump in the road there, got shut out a couple of times in the air and dropped them out from that spot and everything. But after an open day, come back last week. And again, it took them a little bit in talking with Corey Nix to make the adjustment to that option attack and what to do and how to play it, that sort of thing. But it turned out Hudson Nix had a big night. 160 yards rushing. He had 6 or 8 tackles, one of those for loss, recovered a fumble. And then they had another young man running back that got some playing time. They hadn't played a whole lot this year. He was at about 160 yards last week too, and in fact, I think Coach Nix told me he thought they had probably around 500 yards total offense last week.
Yeah, I mean that.
And a big win for them. That solidified them and got them in there just ahead of Bremen in the seedings in Class A's Division I. And now tonight with Model coming in. They're the favorite in that one, I would think. Model's had struggles, of course, this year, especially offensively. They haven't been too bad on defense. But a Temple win tonight moves them up maybe 2 or 3 spots as well.
Yeah, no, Temple, man, I'm proud of them last week. I just put in my notes right here, just a grit win, right? They knew what they had to win, that they had to win last week. They were in a spot where if they lost last week, and then put themselves in a position this week, it's almost a must-win, right? I mean, if they lose these last 2, then they may be out altogether, even with the private school coming out, and that's losing 6 in a row. And so I shared last week, I did their Devo the week before, and they knew their backs were against the wall. And you talk about Hudson Nix, man, I was just, as I was speaking to them, Obviously the coach's kid, but also I think the leader on that team, and I could see in his eyes, just even on a Tuesday of that week, early that week, man, that he was ready to put the team on his back,
right?
And I think that's exactly what he did, and so he's a good football player. But tonight they got to handle. I mean, Model.
There's another one that's nothing to lose.
Nothing to lose.
Throw caution to the wind, as we like to say.
Yeah, nothing to lose there. You still want to win, right? I mean, you still want to come in. You finished 6-4. You had a great start, but then it got a little sideways for you. But don't mess around and lose tonight, then end up in some kind, falling in those power rankings, and then having to go up against one of the, one or two teams in the power rankings. So. And I don't think they will. I think last week was a win. It was a grit win, but at the same time, I think more than anything, and we know Darlington's defense is not that great. However, you put up 44 points last week, and I think that's who Temple was to start the year, right? I mean, for the first 4 weeks, they're the top scoring team in the state. And then all of a sudden it just kind of falls off, and they get shut out a couple times and things like that. And so I think more than anything, kind of the side note to that win is you put up 44 points last week, so something has got to be feeling good about the offense. They found something there. Hostetler was able to find something that worked, so hopefully you lean into that this week and going into the playoffs.
Temple hosting Model tonight, Rogers Stadium. And again, you can hear that game on King Country at 93.7, 101.9. Central right behind us. I think you can see the field down there a little bit. Swole Joel will get you a shot there here in a minute of the place here. Boy, we got some of the greatest settings to watch a football game at any level, I think, around here. And this is one of them here at Central as they host Northside of Columbus. That game can be heard on 98.9, Great Classics 98.9. And again, that is our Facebook Live streaming game of the week, and also our YouTube stream game of the week as well. And we continue our Carrollton City Schools regional breakdown. At Carrollton City Schools, we are the standard for achievement, innovation, and service. Want to see why? Schedule a tour. Go online, check it out. Schedule a tour with the Carrollton City Schools. And we've got more to break down here. A couple of more games. Region championship games coming up tonight. Heard County is hosting Pepperell, Carrollton entertaining Douglas County. We'll get to those as we continue the Inoventive Benefits Consulting Tailgate Show under the Deep South Roofing broadcast tent. Stay with us. We're back after this timeout with more here from Graddock Sports.
What if you could turn your healthcare expense into a competitive advantage? At Inoventive Benefits Consulting, we engineer benefit strategies that cut costs by 30 to 40% without cutting the quality your employees deserve. Put control back in your hands. Stop overpaying. Start outperforming. Let's make your healthcare plan work for you, not against you. Call 678-821-3508 today. Inoventive Benefits Consulting. Smarter benefits. Stronger bottom line.
When you need the job done right, trust your neighbors at Burt Disposal Services. Burt Disposal has been providing West Georgia homes and businesses with roll-off containers since 1996. Their team is professional, dependable, and can be on site with a 10, 20, 30, or 40-yard roll-off container for your next commercial or residential project. Construction debris, yard waste, don't get hurt, call Burt. To learn more, call 770-826-6789. Online at PurtDisposal.com. When you need tree service, make the call to Evergreen Tree Services, your local trusted service provider. Evergreen Tree and Right-of-Way Services deliver over 25 years of experience, integrity, expertise, and peace of mind. We have the equipment to get the job done right. When you need someone to handle those troublesome tree projects, give Evergreen Tree Service a call at 770-214-7339. Evergreen Tree Services, individual care, dependable service, and industry professionals.
Are you tired of these out-of-town roofers knocking at your door? Are you tired of seeing their cheap signs on every corner? These companies have sold their souls to the big private equity companies and are not here to help you with your roof. They just want your money. Stay local with West Georgia and East Alabama's most trusted roofing company, Deep South Roofing Company. Whether your job is commercial or residential, put your faith in a company that invests in your local community. For more, visit DeepSouthRoofingCompany.com.
Now, let's get back to the Tailgate Show with our broadcast crew
under the Deep South Roofing Company broadcast tent.
Well, I have done it again. Welcome back to the Innovative Benefits Consulting Tailgate Show under the Deep South Roofing broadcast tent.
Did you lose your paper?
So last week, Paxton Ray, the touchdown run, 76 yards. I'm standing up, and I'm trying to move as he's running by me there. So I'm trying to get to the table, and I whacked the corner of the table there, and I felt something. I looked, and I got blood running down my leg. So I got injured in the game last week.
Man, put him on the IR.
Yeah,
Man.
I've been on the IR for a long time.
Put him on the IR.
He's Jay Webb. I'm Mike Parrish. We thank you for joining us for the Innovative Benefits Consulting Tailgate Show under the Deep South Roofing broadcast tent. We'll have Coaches Clinic coming up, our show here, and we'll visit with all the coaches locally, talk with him. A lot of good stuff, I think, anyway. Got to talk to Rich Finley earlier today after their win, talked to Austin Barron. You'll hear those guys talking about what happened last night, and then the other guys playing. Randy Crutchfield, they're off this week, and talking to him and Brad Gordon. They got 2 weeks to get ready for playoff games. We talked to both of those guys as well.
There's the Nick Saban of middle school football, Nathan Horsley. He's the man. Just go let you to know, okay? Nick, yep, right there. He's got his flip-flops on right now. That's just how built different he is.
I used to know, well, he actually was down at Irwin County High School one time in Osceola, Georgia, and coached over in the Anniston area. You knew it was cold when he had shoes on.
That's right.
Because normally he was in shorts, a T-shirt, and flip-flops in December.
That's right.
And you knew it was going to be cold on a Friday night if he had shoes on the sideline. Now, he wouldn't wear shoes, but if you saw him away from football and he had shoes on, you knew it was cold then.
Yep.
And a shout-out to Mr. Horsley, boy. He's been great helping with the stuff going on
good
and whatnot.
Oh, my goodness. There's his Halloween costume.
Well, he wears that 365 as well, like I do. So he was trying to make faces. You can't get any uglier what you are already. So. The old Axiom face made for radio, right?
There he is.
And see the other guys, Mr.
He's breaking the mold a little bit.
Well, he's a little GQ. He's a young guy, Michael Miller, got that GQ thing going on and whatnot.
Got the look. Yep.
Just to show my ugly mug on radio here.
There you go. There
Thank
he
you,
is.
Sir.
There he
Kane
is.
and Michael Miller got the call of the game tonight.
Get fired up. You're going to be calling a lot of touchdowns tonight, my friend.
Now, he told me he was going to cut your mic off last night. Did he do that?
Yeah, he did. Yeah, he should have. No.
They've got the call of the game here tonight between Central and the Patriots and Northside. Coming up on Great Classics 98.9. We have 2 more games to talk about in the Carrollton City Schools Regional Breakdown. Carrollton City Schools, character, courage, and community are what we are all about. If you'd like to learn more, schedule a tour, Carrollton City Schools. And we'll get to those Trojans here in a moment. A few miles from here tonight, down at another great venue, a great place to watch a football.
Staples Stadium.
Oh, man, down in that hole, it's beautiful, I think.
Yep.
Staples Stadium down in Franklin, Heard County. Number 3 in the state, Class A's Division I, hosting a upstart, if you will. And the Dragons of Pepperell, well, they won 6 in a row going in, I think. They're 6-3 for the year as they go into the matchup. They're tied for first place, both teams unbeaten in region play. Heard County, I got the impression last week with Model, maybe the head coach hadn't been real happy, I don't think. But especially offensively, I think he felt like maybe they took a pretty good step last week in that one. Tisdale had another terrific night in that game. And Pepperell is, Lassiter will tell you, Shane Lassiter will in a hurry, that's a good football team they're playing tonight.
They're real good.
Solid offensively, solid defensively. I'm getting out of this.
Is that one going to Matt Combs? Is that where that's going?
So that should be a good football game down there tonight.
Yeah, no doubt. I mean, Pepperell, we've watched them all year, right? They've played Temple, they've played Bremen, they've played Harrelson. Like, we've seen them. They're in the region. We know that we've said it, that the 3 losses they have are a combined 13 points altogether, right? So Pepperell is no joke. I do think Heard County's the better team, but you're in for a fight tonight to win, the region championship. You're playing game 10 with a lot on the line. 10-0 region champ just sounds better than 9-1 second place, especially the year that Heard Counties have. So you want to come out, I think, a fast start.
Right.
Don't let Pepperell has been rolling, right? I mean, they've rolled off. I think it was 5 in a row. I think they won their first one, lost 3 in a row, and then have won 5 in a row now. And so, man, they feel really, really good right now. They've kind of ran through the rest of that region and, fought back, had a big game against Haralson County a few weeks ago where you thought Haralson County was going to win that, and then Pepperell fights back. They don't roll over. So that team's got fight in them. They've got 3 guys on the offense, kind of a 3-headed monster. That's some big boys that you're going to have to get to the ground, and you're going to have to hit them hard. Now, if you're Heard County.
Well, the thing with me, they are so physical, especially offensively. Now
very physical.
That's where it all starts with them. I think both sides of the football is their physicality.
They got a Mike Allstott looking running back guy that, man, he could play defensive end too if he wanted to, and he is no joke to get on the ground. Now, if you're Heard County, let's just go ahead and talk about this a little bit because we don't always have a lot of defensive numbers. But if you're Heard County, you got this guy. He's pretty good. His name's Max Lassiter. I don't know if anybody's heard of him. I think his dad's a coach. But that dude, I was looking at numbers earlier. You want to take it? I got trivia for you, Mike. You're always throwing trivia at me. All right, you ready? How many tackles do you think Max Lassiter's got this year?
9 games. I'm going to say 103.
103. He's at 92 total right now with 33.
And Chase Palmer and Bremen right there.
Right together, 33 tackles for loss.
Wow.
33 tackles for loss. So, I mean, the guy, that's to me, that's all-state numbers.
He can play somewhere at the next level.
I mean, just the IQ that he has, and he is not afraid to hit. And so that's going to be a fun matchup tonight between Max and then also number 1 and number 7. I'm not sure their names from Pepperell, but number 1 and number 7. They're both from Pepperell. They're dudes. So that'll be a fun matchup to watch tonight. I do think to come back to the offense, because that's what's always pretty, and that's what all the numbers always are. But I do think for sure that Pepperell's got the offensive advantage on this. I'm looking at Tisdale's numbers on the year: 1,421 yards passing. Here's what's even more impressive: 736 yards rushing. 29 TDs on the year. He's got 17 passing and 12 rushing touchdowns this year. So, I mean, him and J.R. Harris are a lot alike to me. They can do it both. The game is slowed down for them. They're both 3-year starters now. And, man, you got Tisdale on your team, and I think that's a win, and that's what you want. So, and that's not to take, man, they remind me so much of Central as far as offense goes, because it's Tisdale, but then you got Duty Coleman that's at 823 yards rushing, right? Then you got a 3-headed monster at receiver where you got Zayden Moreland, Trip Kerbo, and Buck Cofield, who are all sitting around 300 to 400 yards receiving.
When he was out, that hurt them offensively. Yep. They're entirely different, I think, with that weapon, with Brody Buck Cofield.
With Brody Buck Cofield in there. That's just fun to say, though.
Yeah,
Brody Buck Cofield.
That's a
right?
football
name. And a football name right there. So, they're dangerous all the way around. And I do think that overpowers Pepperell tonight. But I have no doubt Lassiter's got those guys ready to play. It's going to be an incredible atmosphere in Staples Stadium, no doubt.
Georgia High School Football Daily each week through the computers. You spit out the numbers and everything. Heard County a 15-point favorite in that game tonight. That surprised me.
I think that's a lot of times because people are looking at a 6-3 team versus a 9-0 team, right? But when you've seen Pepperell like we have, most of those guys that are throwing those numbers in, they're not watching every week like we are here locally because we've seen them so much. We know that Pepperell they're legit. And they're feeling good. Brandon Hayward's done a great job over there turning that around and quickly. And that's one of those where, man, 1-3, you're 1-3. Do you roll over or do you rise to the occasion, right? And they have certainly risen to the occasion this year.
Heard County, Pepperell tonight. Staples Stadium. Catch all the action of that game. B92 Country, Tex Carter, and Hayden Coker with a call on that one tonight. And then the final game of the Carrollton City Schools Regional Breakdown, appropriately enough, it also involves Carrollton with the Trojans 9-0 on the year. They play host to Douglas County, who's 7-2. And you talk about some talent on a football field tonight. Yeah. There'll be some college games tomorrow around the country at every level that won't have the kind of talent, I'm afraid, that'll be on the field tonight. Ought to be just a whale of a game. Oddly enough, Carrollton has – going back to 64?
64.
Has dominated the series with Douglas County. In fact, this is the 60th anniversary of a Carrollton team upsetting a number 1 ranked Douglas County team in 1965 when they did that.
I had that number for you, Coach. I was ready. Like 1964 was the last time Carrollton lost to Douglas County.
I don't know if that was the last loss, but
to Douglas County. That's the last time they lost to Douglas County, 1964. Carrollton is 17-9 all time, but Douglas County took probably 6 of those 9 wins in the 20s and 30s. Is what I was looking at on Georgia historian stuff. So that's and I don't think it's going to. I personally, if we talk about tonight's game, who not worried about the past, as you said, there's going to be athletes everywhere. It'll probably be a little bit fun to watch. If you're sitting at home tonight and you just don't want to get out, it'll be on GPB as well. I believe that's their game of the week. And so you'll have some good coverage on that as well. But
Max Skinner just wrecked when you told him to go watch it on TV.
Don't go watch it on TV. I said if you can't get out, okay, if you can't get away from the trick-or-treaters, okay, if you just can't do it, your babies wanted to dress up, then turn that thing on TV at the house. But if you want to show, get to doggone Grisham Stadium tonight, and there's going to be a lot of dudes. We just, real quick, I ain't even talking about all of Carrollton's D1 guys. We know those. The Georgia, Zaki, and Ryan Mosley, and you got Michigan, I believe. Is that where Barney's at? No, Barney's
he's Ole Miss now.
He's Ole Miss. Carrollton's got their dudes. So does Douglas County. Douglas County's got a receiver, Texas A&M, a receiver, Florida State. They got a quarterback that's committed to Utah. They got
another Texas A&M guy,
a defensive guy that's Texas A&M. 16 tackles for loss, 13 sacks this year. That's Jordan Carter. So, they're going to be athletes everywhere, and that's not any different, man. Douglas County, Johnny White. As long as I've been around this area doing the FCA stuff, I was the Douglas County director for a while. That place has always had the athletes, and that is no different this year. But that's going to be a lot of dudes on the field. It's going to be a good football game.
All right, I'm going to steal some of Larry Evans' thunder here.
Uh-oh,
he sent these to me. So this is going back to the game in 1965. Carrollton's going back to that game's won 10 in a row in the series. And again in 1965, this is the 60th anniversary. Carrollton upset them 14-7 on the road. Douglas County, #1 in Class AA that time. Carrollton was a Class A school back in 1965. How about that? And it snapped Douglas County's 15-game win streak and a 20-game unbeaten streak for them was what it was. 2020, Carrollton trailed in the game at halftime, and some guy named Chaz Chambliss, they moved him to tight end. And Carrollton ran the ball the entire second half, went on to win it 23-7. They had to come from behind late in the game in 2021 to win it 35-31. They had 4 turnovers they overcame in that one. And then last year broke it open in the second half and went on to beat them up pretty good last year. Yeah, 49-28. Yep. So Joey King, and talking with him, nothing but praise and platitudes, lauding that bunch from
they're good,
from
man.
Douglas County now.
They're solid. We know they're coming in with athletes. They've had a couple losses this year, but they've played some big schools.
Right.
I mean, I think was Langston one of those losses, and I can't remember who their other loss was, but they're going to be ready.
Hughes and Buford.
Hughes and Buford. I mean, that's 2 pretty good schools, football schools.
So Hughes beat them 44-31. Buford beat them 34-26.
They're in every game. They're going to be in every game. This is where I believe that Carrollton has the leg up tonight. Is I don't know if there's a more prepared team, a better coach team, a better staff than what Carrollton High School's got with those guys. I mean, Joey, they're going to be ready, and so I think that alone, talent-wise, man, they're to me they're pretty doggone even. But I think in the end tonight, personally, if you want a prediction, none of my Douglas County friends be listening, but I personally think that you're going to have another 3-touchdown win tonight. That's what I believe. I could be wrong. Do not want to put the announcer's jinx on anything. I'm sorry, Carrollton fans, if I did. But I believe Carrollton comes away tonight ready and takes care of business and finishes 10-0 and gets ready to go
trying to win their 7th consecutive region championship and the 37th overall in the school's history, and to complete a perfect season as well. Heard County going for a perfect season. Central going for a perfect season as well. So a lot of good stuff.
Now, I wonder why they didn't let the color guards dress up. They made them wear their uniforms. Everybody else is in their that's just crazy. Maybe they just dressed as color guards. I don't know. I'll tell you what, I chased a squirrel right there, Mike. I'm sorry. ADHD kicked in. But I tell you what makes, to me, Carrollton, too, and we've talked about this a little bit this year. We know how good C.J. Cypher is. He's 1,473 yards as a freshman. He has unlimited. I mean, the talent that kid has is unbelievable. But if I also think that if Carrollton gets to a place where –
Let me interrupt you.
Okay.
Joel has got the what you see in the background is the Central High School band dressed up for Halloween.
You flipped it all the way around. There you go.
Got
hey, so now y'all understand my ADHD. Like, it's hard. I mean, how do you stay – it's hard to stay focused when
we had an astronaut.
You got Ninja Turtles walking by. You got Bluey's walking by. Superman. This guy's dressed as a cowboy cowboy line band member. A little fairy right there. What else we got? Oh, this guy's got an inflatable duck on. Anyways, I don't know if I can get it back on the rails now until these people get
You were talking about Carrollton. That's all I can.
No.
You started with Cypher.
Yeah,
I think you were leading all their weapons maybe.
Well, I was leaning toward. No, I'm back. Okay. I got this. I think what makes them so good is that they can, if they need to slow the game down, they've got a Mason Holtz claw that they can bring in and slow the game down a little bit. If they feel like, man, we just can't get in a shootout, Mason Holtzclaw is a guy that can come in and, get you kind of ground and pound as a quarterback. There goes Tigger. Tigger's here. Tigger's here. Yep.
Most wonderful.
They are all by Mike. I think now we can get back to focusing.
I think I had the ADHD there.
Yeah. I mean, that's hard to do. That's anybody. That's hard to look at all of those band Halloween costumes and stay on focus. So I think we did an okay job.
We did good. All right, that's our Carrollton City Schools regional breakdown. We'll recap the schedule and maybe another one final word or two. We got to put a wrap on this and get into Coach's Clinic. Let the coaches tell you about their games that are coming up tonight or the open dates that they enjoy. The Inoventive Benefits Consulting Tailgate Show under the Deep South Roofing broadcast tent continues. One final word when we come back in just a moment.
Employee benefits shouldn't crush your bottom line. That's why it helps to have a local partner who really knows our community and your business. At Inoventive Benefits Consulting, we help local companies save on their healthcare spend. Marcy Heath, your neighbor and local benefits consultant, will make sure your employee benefits work solutions, proven savings.
You're going to fall in love with your new vehicle during the Fall into Savings event at John Thornton Buick GMC. Fall into savings like $10,000 off MSRP on a new 2025 GMC Sierra 2500 HD Denali. Take $6,000 off MSRP on a new 2025 Buick Envision and $4,000 off MSRP on the new 25 Buick Envista during the Fall into Savings event at John Thornton Buick GMC on North Park Street in Carrollton. GMC, we are professional grade.
Look at you, having it together. You've got a car.
I love driving my car.
You have a house.
Going in my house.
Now get your car and house insured together with State Farm agent Amy Brown. She and her staff can help you customize your coverage and save when you bundle your home and auto insurance. Contact State Farm agent Amy Brown at 678-840-5000 to bundle and save today.
Prices may vary by state. Options selected by customer. Availability, amount of discounts, savings, and eligibility may vary.
The days are getting shorter and the temperature's dropping. But that doesn't mean your fun in the water has to end. Brown's Pools and Spas is the premier dealer of Bullfrog Spas in the metro Atlanta area. It's also a great time to start designing your new backyard living space centered around a new pool. Brown's Pools can also remodel your old pool and give it new life for years to come. Stop by one of Brown's Pools locations in Carrollton, Douglasville, Noonan, or Dallas today. Brown's Pools and Spas, your trusted pool and spa provider since 1974.
The Friday Night Lights are on.
WCKS Fruiters Carrollton, WBGR FM Carrollton, WWGA Tallapoosa, and WKNG AM Tallapoosa.
Let's get back to the Inoventive Benefits Consulting Tailgate Show.
And we are the Innovative Benefits Consulting Tailgate Show under the Deep South Roofing broadcast tent. About to put a wrap on this one. Coach's Clinic coming up here in just a moment. One more time, the schedule for tonight. Again, at Grisham Stadium, Carrollton playing host to Douglas County. Here that game on KISS 102.7. That's a region title at stake there. Same thing at Heard County at Staples Stadium. B92 Country, you're home for the Braves of Heard County and the Dragons of Pepperell tonight in that matchup. Also this evening, Temple hosting Model. Here that game on King Country at 93.7 and 101.9. Right behind us here, Roy Richards Stadium, Ronnie Birchfield Field. The Lions trying to complete a perfect campaign. Central playing host to Northside of Columbus. Seth and Seth Kane. Michael Miller with a call on that one. Bowden winning last night, 63-0. Villa Rica winning 17-14. Oh, I forgot the other games tonight. Bremen at Darlington. Big matchup there for them. Rambert closes the season home Spring Garden, and Holy Ground 9-man football. They're playing at Praise Academy tonight. Again, Bowden winning last night, clinched the region title. Villa Rica nails down third place in the region with their victory at 17-14 over East Paulding. Real quick before we get out of here, Jay, one game. I guess the two games we're going to look at the most, the two games that are for region titles tonight, really.
Yeah, no doubt. I think for me, it's just an overall, if I could look at just the weekend, it's an overall exciting weekend, right? You got a chance tonight for, we've said it, 4 region champions in this area, 3 teams to go perfect on the season. I tell you, just real quick to bring the girls in, man, Bremen softball right now is winning 2-0, top of the 6th. If they win that game, they play in the state title game tomorrow. Right. And I need to get an update on Central. If anybody out there,
they got beat 13-5.
13-5. So they're not. Are they done?
Yeah, they got beat. Cal beat them last night. And they lose today to Wayne County.
So great season for them, for Central. Another trip down to Columbus. Shout out to Bremen volleyball. They end up finishing runner up in the state. Earlier this week, got beat in the championship game by a really good Oglethorpe County team. So, man, just a good it's a great championship weekend here in West Georgia. So.
Don't forget, we'll wrap up all the activities from tonight. We'll look at games. There's all kinds of crazy good games. Lowndes County and Valdosta, Milton and Roswell. Other big games all across the state. We'll get to those tonight when we get to you with the Southwire Red Zone Show somewhere around 10 o'clock tonight. Hope you enjoy all of our broadcasts tonight. Get out and catch some high school football. You can go trick-or-treating first there, do a little sugar tailgating there.
Don't sit at home.
No, get out and enjoy something here this evening. For Swole Joel, everybody, Andrew producing this one back at our studios at Parkwood, at the Palace at Parkwood, Jessica for all her hard work, Michael Vincent for putting everything together for the show that's coming up. Thank you for being a part of it. That'll do it for our Innoventive Benefits Consulting Tailgate Show under the Deep South Roofing broadcast tent. For Jay Webb, I'm Mike Paris. Hear from every coach, all the games coming up tonight, even those that are not playing tonight. You're going to hear from them right now. Coach's Clinic coming from Graddick Sports.
What if you could turn your healthcare expense